Welcome to Tales from the Bench, the podcast where IT pros share their wildest stories, toughest challenges, and most ingenious solutions. From hilarious help desk mishaps to deep dives into the latest trends, we'll be talking shop and celebrating the unsung heroes of the digital world. I'm your host, Josh Marquez, and together we'll explore the fascinating, ever-evolving realm of IT. Hey, and welcome to another episode of Tales from the Bench. Today we're going to be starting a new market segment. We're going to go ahead and call What I Learned Today. So being an IT engineer, I can go ahead and tell you it's a constant life of learning every day. Literally every day I'm Googling some new solution, some new resolution, some new product. So it's always constantly changing. Honestly, it's what I love about the job mostly. Anywho, so I've been messing with certificates, and is there and you go to a website, you go to HTTPS, right? It comes up, you make sure the site's secure. I've been messing with certificates for probably 10 years at least, maybe 15. Never really had too much of an issue with them. Obviously, there's a little bit of a learning curve. I would be lying if every time I had to go and renew a certificate somewhere, I didn't have to kind of Google the process depending on what the application is, right? If it's Linux, you might have to do some crazy, SSL search stuff or cert util stuff, or what's the other one? OpenSSL programming around it, right? To rip out the key and get the cert, and then maybe get the intermediates and parent certificates. Anyways, you get the idea. Long story there, right? We could literally have a whole podcast on how the PKI infrastructure works. Outside of that, though, let's talk about certificate renewals real quick. So typically when you get a certificate renewal, you already have submitted what they call a certificate signing request to that vendor, whether it be GoDaddy or Komodo, whoever it is, right? And on your annual renewal, they're going to go ahead and automatically renew that for you, assuming you've signed up for auto renew. The bad part about that is, you're going to download that certificate and get that chain, but you're not going to have that key necessarily available to you anymore. So you're hoping you're going to have that server that it was back on originally. For this reason, good best practice to do is have a server in your environment that you're typically issuing that certificates from, right? That you're generating those CSRs and you're actually keeping those private keys on. Not sure that's best practice. I'll tell you that's my best practice. Security-wise, I would make sure it's a server that is not externally available, right? So make sure you're keeping it locked down as good as you can. Maybe even have like MFA on login and stuff like that as well for administrators, right? So definitely not like your machine, right? Your endpoint workstation. So with that being said, certificate renewals, you're going to get a new copy of your certificate down. You'll copy that down to that server, and at that point you import it, and guess what? There's no key available for that certificate. Even if you have the pre-existing one, it's 2024 now, so say it expired in 2024 and you're actually downloading one that's going to last till 2025 or maybe even longer, again, that key's not going to work. So I actually did find an article from Microsoft. I have to find it right now and actually figure out what it was actually called. I think it's in my email real quick. Let me go check for it. All right. So yeah, I did find a new article from Microsoft. Actually, this looks like this from 2022. So it's not too surprising that I didn't actually know it was available. But it looks like you can actually rekey this. Rekey is the wrong word. Sorry. You can actually use the existing key that you have just by running a command and clearing out the old certificate. So there's a step-by-step process for it. I'm going to attach that link in my show notes. But long story short, you can literally issue a command for cert util space repair store space my and space, and then the thumbprint, and they call it the serial number of the actual certificate that you're wanting to renew. And again, the old copy of the certificate has to be gone. It'll automatically attach that previous private key for that same certificate to that new one. I was amazed by this. I mean, I've been doing this for, like I said, 15 years. Didn't know this was an option. Don't know if it always was, but it's a new thing for me. And I was super happy not to have to rekey a certificate, especially a wildcard certificate that might be on 10 or 15 servers, right? That's kind of a pain in the tail. So anyways, I'll again post this link to the show notes, and then we'll go from there and see what you think. But yeah, again, hope it saves you some time. What I learned today. Ricky Tavi. Another tale from Tales from the Bench, brought to you by IT Benchmark.